I love, I'm a full believer in the power of technology to really assist here. So that idea of, providing carbon zero services, I think is so important. And, my favorite example there really is the, satellite imagery spotting methane leaks as an example. So, we didn't really understand, I think, the systemic implication of methane before. So systems and data have allowed us to do that. But then we've moved into the ability to spot that and then identify and attribute that down to a local level. So, we can see the sort of technology infrastructure coming into play to help the rest of industry understand, attribute their own actions, and then change accordingly. So anyway, thank you, true enough. Yes, I spent my early life as a strategy consultant, and then I moved into sustainability. So yes, I'm going with the buzzwords. My main induction really into ESG. I spent 18 months with the World Economic Forum's Measuring Stakeholder Capitalism Metrics initiative. And so that gave me a broad base of sort of ESG and reflections on what different businesses and different sectors were doing. But the reason I'm here is because I'm leading this initiative, as you said, called the Goal 13 Impact Platform. And so, and by the way, just cut me off at any stage, but just a quick précis of what that is, followed by just a couple of reflections on what we're finding. So the platform, as we're calling it, so the Goal 13 Impact Platform, it is set up as a free and open repository on climate action. And the intent is to drive learning and collaboration. We supplement the platform itself, where you can see people's responses and climate actions by panels, inviting the participants who've contributed to the platform onto panels, by writing reports. And so all of that comes as a sort of package, if you like, of trying to enhance learning and collaboration. And this really covers both mitigation and resilience, albeit most of the responses to date have been around mitigation, or most of the focus. As I said, it is non-commercial, and it was set up as a partnership between the Confederation of British Industry, Accounting for Sustainability for the UK, World Economic Forum's Climate Governance Initiative, which focuses on governance, which of course Bose has emphasised, the Met Office, which focuses on resilience and resilience data, and then Dell Technologies and Deloitte. But this is supplemented by strong partnerships within different countries. And so we've got Confindustria in Italy, very important because they're hosting the B20. And then, of course, in India, we've got CII, but we've also got the British High Commission contributing as well. So this has really been set up in order to elevate stories prior to COP. So all eyes are on COP. We're trying to build volume on the platform in the run up to COP to make that as powerful as possible. And I think the reason we set it up, why do we think this is important, is because as you've already said, sure enough, there's huge amounts around, targets and commitments, and very often those are a long way out. There's actually quite a lot of good work, I think, about toolkits, sector pathways, geography by geography, but there's still a massive gap in really understanding what different companies are doing and being able to interrogate that effectively. Part of that is, again, a theme that you've already mentioned, is a lack of standardization. So, going into one sustainability report, looking at another one, it's onerous, and it doesn't necessarily give you a sense of what the most important things are. I think the Carbon Disclosure Project do a fantastic job, but that is, significant investment to contribute. But it's also, proprietary, and it's got a assurance element to it, comprehensive reporting and assurance element to it. Ours is not that. Ours is a top skim of the stories that organizations want to tell about themselves, which might benefit others. That's what we're trying to do. As I say, the sort of the value of the platform obviously is about the number of people who've actually participated. So we've reached out to about 300 organizations so far. We typically get about a 20% hit rate of people who are interested and want to participate. And we then follow up those who are interested with a structured interview. We then iterate it with the organization to make sure that they're happy, and then we publish it. And that iteration can be onerous, because everybody's got compliance departments, etc. But that's a very important part, because that attribution, so calling out a company against the initiatives, then allows other people, of course, to follow up. And that's what it's really all about.